watching Senior Living with Joan and Dr. Bader.
Hi, this is Joan with Senior Living with Joan and Dr. Bader. Today we are going to be interviewing this wonderful streamlined cat. He's not just any ordinary cat. And this is his name's Versace, by the way.
Right.
And this is Joe, his owner.
Pleased to meet you, Joan.
Good to meet you, Joe. Tell us about how you got started with Versace.
Okay, well, I always loved big cats. And I originally wanted his dad, which was an African serval. You're allowed to have a serval in Nevada, but the town forbids it. So I had to opt for an F1 Savaannah, which is what you see here. And they're a lot more controllable than the serval. I mean, the serval is descendant from a cheetah, and the serval is also a 50-pound cat.
Beauty. He's a beauty.
That's in the savannah of Africa. Yeah, he's a little bit curious. But they're the rarest cats in the world because they take a 50-pound African serval and they
down. Yeah, we're happy
mate them
to have
with
you
a
here.
10-pound house cat.
Whoa! You like my hair?
Oh!
He wants to comb my hair.
Great action for the camera.
Yes. Yeah.
So he does a lot of tricks, you know. But go ahead, ask
Like what kind of tricks does he do?
Basically what I have here, guys, is a dog and a cat suit, okay? So, yeah, what do you want to do? You want to say hi?
I thought he said
Really affectionate. It's probably, most definitely the best animal I ever owned. And I owned a lot of different animals. I had raccoons, squirrels, a lot of exotics. But smarter than a dog, and if you have a dog out there, I don't want to offend anybody. I have dogs too, but smarter than a dog. And we'll get as big as a mid-sized dog. So I've seen them as big as a husky, as well as almost the size of a German Shepherd. So they get very, very big. He's only 13 and a half months, and they take about 4 years to grow. So he still has a lot of growing to do.
So does he eat normal cat food? What does he?
Yeah, he eats, well, it's cat food. There's some things I get from the commercial stores. And he eats other stuff too.
Yeah.
And when I do buy regular commercial cat food from him, it's a high grade, high protein, and basically the best.
Sure, sure.
Then he'll also eat mice, and they're frozen. And they're 1 day old. They're called pinkies. He needs that because it has the calcium, the bone, and all the nutrients. And once in a while, he'll get that.
Protein.
And protein.
Yeah. Well, he looks very healthy.
Yeah, his coat's really, really nice.
Do you have to have him groomed, or do you have
No,
his
he does a
nails
good
done,
job.
or what do you?
This cat's got like OCD. It does a lot on its own. I actually have to stop him. Stop licking yourself. You know.
So his nails, you mentioned, you have them clipped short. You never have them
Right.
removed.
Yeah, I definitely. No, I wouldn't remove it. That's
No.
like inhumane. So now he's going for the water, Jerry. He drinks out of a water bottle, and he knows what it is. Now he's got a cap in his mouth.
Oh, he does.
Hope you guys are laughing out there. I deal with this every day. So getting back to what he eats, cats like this need taurine. There's a lot of taurine in shell food.
Shellfish.
So
Shellfish.
I give him shrimp once in a while. For his birthday, he had a lobster tail, and he eats snow crab.
Oh, only the best.
And there's kibble, a high-grade kibble,
Very good.
as well as some wet food, and it's raw. It's raw chicken.
He's so striking. He has
Now, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just talking about his markings.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Oh,
so
okay.
that's good.
Good.
So what I like to do is turn him around and show you the back of his ears.
Yeah.
Well, you did it on your own. I don't know if you picked that up, but behind his ears, he has 2 dots, and it's called a cilia. And
Ooh, he hissed.
you mad a little bit? A cilia is represents eyes in the back of the head. And in the wild, like his dad, the serval,
Versace.
if he's looking at something like a prey animal,
It's okay.
a lot of times they got a bigger cat behind them, but from afar, it looks like eyes behind the head.
It does.
So it gives them a little time
They
to,
look like eyes.
yeah. Black nose is very, very rare on these cats. I don't know what percentage these cats, you know, the difference between a pink nose or a black nose, but it is rare.
Tell us about how the progression of growth goes? You received him when he was
So
how
I got
much?
him at 8 weeks.
8 weeks.
I really should have got him at 12 weeks, but I didn't know any better. It's the first F1 I ever owned. And he will grow slowly,
Yeah.
but for 4 years. And he hits different growth spurts. Seems like every 3 months he's getting bigger. This is the third harness that he's into. And I remember getting my harness, and it lasted a couple of months. And then one day I put it on, everything was fine, but the very next day I couldn't even get it on. So it's just like
A
that.
growth spurt. Definitely. Yeah. Does he relate to other cats?
That's
all?
funny because I want to get another one, a female, to keep him company because really he's wearing me out. He's full of energy. So the whole idea is to wear him out before he wears me out because I need a life. So I want to get another F1 Savaannah, and her name will be Armani. So
Oh,
he's Versace, and then you'll have Armani.
an Armani. Oh, cute.
But he doesn't
Cute.
really get along with other cats. I don't know what
He
it is,
doesn't.
but he likes dogs. And when he was little, he was actually running after really big dogs, like greyhounds, that ran after rabbits. He was running after, and they were looking at me like, what's going on here?
Oh, that is interesting.
But he gets along with a 117-pound German Shepherd, my friend's dog.
Uh-huh.
His name is Google.
Cute.
Versace, get up here.
So he does tricks? I
Does a
understand?
lot of tricks. So
Can you do some tricks for us, or is that asking too much?
that would be asking too much. And I actually tipped her off before we started. The thing is, he does a lot of tricks, and I'll explain it.
Yeah.
But he's not going to do it now because of the setting. He's, right now, you can see he's rambunctious, and he doesn't know what's going on.
Sure,
So
that's
sit and stay,
understandable.
no problem. Give me a paw. He'll jump in my arms from the ground. If I clap my hands and say his name, Versace, boom, I'll catch him. If I motion like this up, he'll jump on my back. He runs on a 5-foot treadmill that looks like a hamster wheel. I have one in my house, and he just burns it up. And then he needs that because he's got a lot of energy, and then he cools down for the rest of the day. He likes water, so when I actually run a bath or a shower, he jumps in it. I have
Oh,
that.
he likes to swim.
He loves water. He loves car rides.
Cute.
Now, I also taught him, being that I taught him to jump on my back, the only problem is when I tie my shoes or I'm brushing my teeth, I got a cat on my back. So, not the best thing to teach your cat.
Gotta be
Now,
careful what you teach
there's
him.
the last thing I taught him. He has a chew stick, which he really, really likes. And I taught him to actually throw it underneath my bedroom door. I tell him, put it underneath the door. He puts it underneath the door, and then he pops the lock, opens the door, gets it, and brings it inside. And I have a YouTube channel called Joe Does 200 and a playlist that's called Versace's Got Talent. And you can see all of that on my YouTube channel, everything I just mentioned.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
You are incredible. Yeah. You're kind of spoiled, too, I see.
Yeah, he's
Huh?
spoiled.
You spoiled? So, Joe, tell us about the rarity of this breed.
Okay, so he's an F1. The 1 stands for 1 generation away from his dad, the African serval.
Oh, wow.
If his grandfather was the serval, he'd be F2. If his great-grandfather was the serval, he'd be F3. And it goes all the way down to F7, F8. The price changes, the size changes. It's like making a copy of a copy. Are we gonna chill out a little bit? A little chill out?
You guys have a little,
Yeah, we got a bond.
yeah,
do.
a bond going on there.
Now, as far as the rarity, it's hard to breed a 50-pound African serval with a 10-pound, 12-pound house cat,
I bet.
if you can imagine
Yeah,
that.
I bet that's-
And there's probably only a handful of breeders in the United States that are lucky enough to have the serval even willing to do that.
Yeah. That's,
Because they can breed, and you might not get a litter, and then if you get a litter, they might not survive. And I just want to tell the people at home, he's treated really, really good. I don't want anybody to think that this poor cat is frustrated, it's on a leash. Come to my house and I'll show you how good he, or even go to my YouTube channel, Joe Does 200, and you'll see how he's treated. He's just very, very, he's a cat, he's curious.
yeah.
And he's
sure,
seen a lot of lights and wires.
Sure.
And he's on a harness because I would never put it around his neck.
Uh-huh.
You know, so it's for his safety.
Does he use a litter box?
Yeah, he uses a litter box,
He does.
just like a regular cat. So
Yeah.
basically, I mean, he's still a cat, but
Yeah.
he's a hybrid,
Uh-huh.
half wild, half domestic.
Right.
All right,
He's sweet.
it's gonna be okay.
Look at that. You calm him right down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's so cute. He's such
He's a beautiful
face.
boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's that wild.
The life
Oh,
expectation.
yeah, what's the life expectation?
All right, so the life
of this?
expectation is 20, 25 years.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so you get your money's worth. I mean, these cats start at $12,000 and they go way up to 50 grand.
Oh.
You know, so it's like having a car on a leash. Yeah. Ooh.
Joe, thank you so much for joining us today and
Yeah, my
bringing
pleasure. It was fun.
Versace. And then you may be acquiring a female.
Yes,
and,
another
Armani.
F1 Armani. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm
So
sure he
when
is
you
too.
do, we'd love to have you come on the show with both
I would love
of them.
that. I really appreciate it. It was a
Yeah,
pleasure
thank
meeting
you
you. Thank
so
you very
much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.